Imagine waking up one day to find that your job, something that you've relied on for years, is gone, replaced by a machine or an algorithm. It's a fear and anxiety that many of us have as AI continues to evolve. But what if the real challenge isn't about losing a job, but losing your sense of purpose? We're living in a time where AI is set to change the landscape of work as we know it. There are endless headlines about automation taking over jobs, and it is understandable why people are concerned. Job loss can have a severe consequence, not just financially, but also mentally. In America, this is how we define ourselves by the work we do every day. One of the first questions we ask someone when we meet them is, what do you do for a living? And we give high regard to those that say that they're a doctor or a lawyer or a business owner or an influencer. We have created a society that finds our purpose in the work that we do every day. So when we lose that, how do we then find a deeper purpose and meaning for our lives? Studies have shown that unemployment can lead to significant increase in the rate of depression and anxiety and even suicide. But today I want you to shift your perspective. What if this isn't just a story about jobs disappearing, but a story about us rediscovering really what gives our lives meaning? Hi, I'm Marjorie, and welcome back to another episode. AI and automation are predicted to disrupt millions of jobs across various sectors, from manufacturing jobs, trucking, customer service. And experts from McKinsey predict that up to 800 million jobs could be lost globally to automation by 2030. That's a staggering number. But let's humanize the statistic, okay, with a story. Let's consider, we'll call him John. John is a factory worker who has spent 20 years operating a machine that has now been replaced by a robot. So overnight, John went from being a skilled laborer to an unemployed person, grappling now with these feelings of worthlessness, fear for his future, trying to figure out how is he going to take care of his family. Now, initially, he felt like he lost his identity, right? But John's story doesn't end in despair. Instead, to deal with these emotions and what was coming up for him, he decided to volunteer at an animal rescue center, something that he's actually wanted to do for some time, but just never had the time to do it. And over time, he discovered his love for animals and he decided to open up his own rescue center, finding his sense of purpose and fulfillment, something that he never experienced on the factory floor. This story of John is not an isolated one. AI, while it will disrupt certain types of jobs, may also be freeing us to pursue deeper, more meaningful work, work that aligns more closely with our values and our passion. Unemployment often comes with a heavy psychological toll. But on the flip side, even staying in a job doesn't always spare us from mental health struggles. Toxic workplaces are at an all-time high and can be just as damaging. Take, for instance, Sarah. She is a corporate executive. She works damn near 80 hours a week in a company that cares more about profits than people. She's constantly stressed. She's burnt out. She's unhappy. She doesn't sleep well. She has high blood pressure, episodes of chest pains. She doesn't have a social life because her job is so demanding. So after years of enduring this, she didn't completely walk away, but she decided to take a sabbatical. And during that time, she discovered her passion for storytelling as part of her personal evolutionary practice. She started to journal, and what came up for her was the remembrance of the interactions that she had with what we would call the corporate world's unsung heroes. the cleaners, the night shift, the support staff, the temps, the interns, the everyday people that keep the wheels turning. Today, Sarah is a storyteller, but she's writing books about the resilience of people. Now, I know you're thinking, well, isn't that another job that AI might be taking? AI is writing a lot more quickly than a human can. Yes, but really, I think that this is an opportunity for those of us that do write to use AI to help us become more productive. Because at the end of the day, AI cannot fully comprehend the human experience, what it means to be human, what it means to suffer, to persevere, what it means to face challenges and to overcome these challenges and to triumph as a human. Sarah never went back to the corporate world. She started sleeping better. She found more time to exercise. She started socializing and she got her blood pressure under control. So this is a powerful reminder that our jobs can be a source of meaning or it can be a source of toxicity. And it's up to us to be able to recognize when that kind of shift is necessary. Psychologists like Viktor Frankl have long argued that humans are hardwired for meaning. So our jobs give us a reason to get up every day, whether or not we enjoy doing it. But what we see time and time again is that people have an extraordinary capacity to find meaning, often in unexpected places. Consider a young poet in their 20s, feeling alienated and isolated in a remote customer service job. He's number one in the company. He's excelling, but the more he excels, the more responsibility they give him. And at the end of the day, when he shuts down his laptop, he's finding solace and expression through writing. And through that writing, after work, he's building a community of like-minded individuals who also love to do what he does. Eventually, he's able to leave that customer service job and have this community of people where he's offering classes and retreats and a place for people to come together. And this is the thing that gives us meaning. Time and time again, I've heard these stories. I've even known a couple of people who've worked 20, 30 years at a company. And once they've retired, they didn't really have anything else going on in their life. So within 5 years of retirement, I heard they pass away. It's really sad. But these stories show that our purpose isn't confined to the traditional 9-to-5 jobs. In fact, losing a conventional 9-to-5 job can sometimes be the gateway to a more meaningful and impactful life. So what if we reimagine the future? This goes back to my last video where I talked about the power of presencing. If you use that practice, asking that question, what is possible for an emerging future? Instead of focusing on the fear of losing these jobs, let's focus on the opportunity to redefine what work really means. What if AI could take over the mundane, the repetitive, boring tasks that often drain our energies, allowing us more time to be more innovative, be more creative, even within your work? Finding ways for you to dig into projects in a way that you probably couldn't have in the past. I think about an environmental activist who lost their data analyst job to AI, but then they turned to using AI as a tool to push for greater ecological conservation. They didn't resist the change. They adapted and found a new purpose in it. So as AI evolves, our challenge isn't to hold on to jobs that no longer serve or a system and structures that have actually oppressed many of us, but to create new systems and structures and to create new roles and opportunities that align with what makes us fundamentally human, our creativity and our empathy, our desire to connect and contribute. That's why I'm excited to be hosting a couple of webinars soon about responsibility in using AI and AI for good. So my invitation to you is I want you to think about your own life. What brings you meaning? What would you do if your job was replaced by AI tomorrow? And instead of fearing that moment, start preparing for it. Begin to explore what truly lights you up, what makes you feel alive and connected. AI may change the way we work, but it will never replace the human need for purpose. So let's embrace this new world with a sense of curiosity and courage to finding meaning in new places. This is why I'm a personal evolutionary teacher, because I believe that this human experience and journey is about evolving, moving up Maslow's hierarchy of needs to a place of self-actualization. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave some comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it valuable. Until next time.